did. June 18th, I published it.
Oh my goodness, do you have a background like in journalism or something?
My minor in college was English language and literature.
Excellent.
But the cool thing about this book, I actually wrote it when I was 12 years old.
You wrote the book when you were 12 years old?
Yes.
Now you're 13 and you want to publish it?
Yes, I'm 13, just a year later, you know.
Just a year later, now you want to
Yes.
publish it? Tell me, how does it come about? At 12?
At 12. Well, actually, the book is called Poetry is Not Just Rhyming.
Okay.
And it started with vocabulary words that I was giving.
Were you a teacher or something?
At 12.
Well, you have an English, but you're an English major as well. Okay, go ahead.
So I've always been like an avid reader. So I took my vocabulary words, researched them, and made a poetry book. My teacher liked the book and decided to enter it into a poetry book competition. And my book won first prize. So that's the history of how the book got started.
So at 12, did you comprise these words together, or how did you just kept them in your mind, or you hear them in grandma's closet or whatever?
No, I researched. Of course, the internet wasn't as big as it is now. But I went to the library and I researched the different terms, and I decided to write poems using the terms.
Okay. And where'd you attend school?
At that time, it was Crawford Long Middle School.
Okay, Crawford Middle School.
Yes.
And in high school?
North Atlanta High School for the program.
Oh, really? Okay. And then in college?
Savannah State University.
Savannah State University. Okay.
Yes.
Now, tell me a little about the book. You said it's mostly your workout words?
They're poetry concepts.
Poetry concepts. Explain poetry concepts for me.
Like
audience.
Okay. Like metaphors and alliterations, concepts that people usually learn in college.
Okay.
I have made poems out of those concepts.
Okay.
And they're very simplified, so children, adolescents from 5 to 12 can actually understand what's a metaphor.
Give me an example.
Okay, for example.
For the book.
Yes, alliteration.
Okay.
And it's also a coloring book. I left that part out.
Oh, I like this. A coloring book. I can do this.
Yes, so alliteration basically, it's a
A
poem.
little more you do that.
Oh, sure, here you go.
Go ahead.
I'm on page 1.
I can do that.
Alliteration is a poem with 2 or more words,
Okay.
and a poem would begin with the same word, sound, or letter.
Okay.
So the first one is like the bear. The big bad bear bayed. So kids understand, oh, B, 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 B.
Got it.
It's alliteration.
In a sizzling sloppy swamp, SSS.
Yes.
You then use a tan Tommy
Hill feather.
towel to draw. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, so it's actually acknowledging the words, so it's almost like what we call sight words.
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
So I knew kids, like to color between the ages of 5 and 12. So why not learn something while you're coloring?
Now, what is the age of this book?
5 to 12.
5 to 12?
Yes.
Sure? A 5-year-old do this?
Yes, a 5-year-old.
Sure?
I'm very sure.
Okay. We probably do the color, okay? Now, some of the longer walk, how'd you come over that?
Well, a lot of the concepts came from pictures.
Okay.
When I first created this book,
Are you an artist as well?
I'm not an artist. My cousin, Drew Jackson Jr., actually illustrated this book.
All right.
But when I was 12 years old, I used flip art to create my different concepts.
Okay.
So I looked at a picture, I think it was like a bird, and I decided to make an alliteration poem based on that picture. And so when I decided to publish the book this past June, I wanted him to kind of recreate those clip arts.
Okay, I said it was illustration by Drew Jackson.
Yes, Drew Jackson Jr. And that's how the concepts of the poems came about. Also in the book, there are sections like on page 20 where kids can create their own poems. So it's very, yes, it's very interesting.
So after a series of reading the poems and putting the words together, now they can create their own poems.
Yes.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
I want parents to basically take time with their children to make sure they're learning.
Okay.
So not just coloring the pictures.
Right. Now I see on page 21 there's a definition of a different kind of poem.
Yes, 5, 7, 5. So that means your first sentence is going to have 5 syllables, the second sentence is going to be 7 syllables. And basically haiku poems are about nature. So all those are nature poems. Sin reviews are very similar to haikus because it's still the 5-7-5 groove, but those are more about like life, emotions, and things like that. So we have ballad poems. Ballad poems basically like tell a story, like a ballad song.
A song or something. Okay, whatever that is.
We have like metaphors. That's like comparing two unlike things without using as alike.
Imagery and what's the
imagery?
What you say? Imagery like daybreak or sunset or something like that.
Yes, it kind of creates an image in your head.
Okay.
See, these are concepts that you can use.
And what's a limerick? A limerick, is that right?
Yes, limerick poems. We have like so many different type poems in this book.
So is it what's limerick? Is it humorous or something like that?
limericks are humorous and
Okay,
basically
okay.
kind of like, make you laugh and things like that.
So now you published this book, you said just a month ago?
June 18th, so
June 18th.
like a little over a month ago.
Oh, okay, so what inspired you and who working on getting the book?
Dan Moore Sr., founder of the Apex Museum, is my mentor.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
he was on the show not long ago.
Oh, wow.
Okay, gotcha, okay.
And I came to Mr. Moore and I told him, I said, Mr. Moore, I want to become an author. So he asked me, can you write? I said, yes, I can write.
Right.
Yes, and I showed him my book from middle school, and he said, Kimberly, this book is too good to just sit on the shelf. You need to revamp this book, make it more interactive where people can really, feel like
Look
it's
at it, see
there.
what's going on. So have you been able to get, I know it's only been a couple of months, have you been able to get it into the school system?
Not yet. I am working. Yes.
You're working at this time?
Mm-hmm.
And so like early childhood education, this would be a great book, I think.
Yes.
It has the coloring, the different types of poem.
Mhm.
I think it was a sonnet, I need to remember that.
A sonnet is a 14-line poem,
Okay.
and it basically consists of couplets, like two of the words should match, and the other two should match the other two lines, so it's like couplets. It's complex. But.
All right, good. So if someone wanted to get the book, where would they need to go?
Well, you can actually buy the book in stores.
The book is in stores already. She has it going on.
Yes.
In stores, okay.
Nubian Bookstore at South Lake Mall in Marble, Georgia.
Gotcha.
You can purchase the book from the Apex Museum
On Auburn Avenue.
on Auburn Avenue, 135 Auburn Avenue,
Okay.
and also on Amazon.com.
Amazon.com. She did everything except the cab county. We're gonna get her to put something in the cab county as well.
Okay, you heard that. You heard that.
Okay. We'll take a quick break. We come back and we're talking to Ms. Kimberly Worthy, the author of Portrait is Not Just for Rhyming. And she has a new book right now that's available on Amazon.com.
Yes.
At the Nubian Bookstore and also the Apex Museum. We hope that you get it. We'll take a quick break and come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the book and I'll give you my final announcement. Stay and watch the show. I'll be right back.
Nubian Bookstore at South Lake Mall in Marble, Georgia.
Okay.
The Apex Museum, 135 Auburn Avenue,
Okay.
as well as Amazon.com.
Do you do speaking engagement? Do people come out and let you talk about your book? Or do you go to school or church and talk about it?
Well, I'm now trying to, kind of fill my calendar up for that.
Okay.
I have a book signing for August 20th at the Apex Museum.
August the 20th?
August
What time is
20th,
that?
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yes,
And it's book signing, so they come to do it. How much was the book cost?
it's $10.
Oh, very, very good, okay?
Yes.
All right, so the book signing on August 20th at 6 p.m.?
No, 4 p.m.
4 p.m. at the
Yes.
Apex Museum?
Yes.
All right, and is there a website somebody want to contact you, look at what you're doing, or phone number?
My Facebook page.
And we give it to them in camera 3 there.
Okay, facebook.com/kworthy1.
Do it one more time so they make sure they got it.
Facebook.com/kworthy1.
Okay. Oh, excellent, okay. Now, I understand that, looking at the purpose of the book, you start a preface with little kids.
Yes.
The book is dedicated to your mother, Elder Brenda J. Worthy.
Yes.
Tell me about your mother and how she inspired you for this book.
My mother has always supported me in all my endeavors. So that's really big, from an adolescent to growing up now. I've never saw myself as like working a 9-to-5 job.
Oh, really?
Never.
Okay, you do bad, okay.
And a lot of parents, they're like, no, you need to do this. But my mother always said, as long as I'm happy and following my goals, she'll support me.
Mhm.
So I had to dedicate this
So
book to her.
that people do, well, that's good. Now, were there any people in school, I mean, I enjoyed English as well when I was coming up. Were there any teachers at your high school that you think kind of steered you this way, whether you know it or not? But they knew it or not.
Let's see. I would say more so college.
Another book, acting, what do you want to do?
Well, I would love to get more in-depth in acting. Like I went to high school for acting. So really now I audition for a lot of different plays.
Excellent.
Yes.
So you like plays as well?
I love plays.
Okay, good, good. If you had to pick one to read for our kids that might be watching, I think my daughter might be at home watching tonight. Can you pick one just to read it and then tell them what it's about?
Okay. I will read The Tree of Life, which is a haiku.
What page is that I can read along?
Page
I love to read
22.
along. Page 20. Hold on, you get that.
Right there.
Oh, that's a short one. Okay, sure.
It's nice.
Okay,
Beautiful.
all right, okay.
Trees are beautiful. We call them Mother Nature. They are homes for all. And as you can see, the 575. Trees are beautiful.
Okay, good. I'm gonna do Queen Mother. You tell me